Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Today I just wanted to go through a very quick video of a recent PSA submission that has come back. I don't know any of the grades for this submission, so I just wanted to share it, go through talking about a bit of the process, and yeah, ultimately see what grades I get. So I think in this one, if I can remember rightly, there was a fair bit of a few Charizard cards. I think it was all pretty much modern stuff. There are a few promo cards, Pikachu with the felt hat, and a few 151 and things. So I think there's about 15 slabs in total. So without further ado, we'll get into it, and I'll open her up, and we will get into it. Alright, so PSA. Now I'll try and open this the right way. Push that back. Okay, alright, so we're face down, which is good. Check those there. Those there. So as you can see, we've got a mixture of English and Japanese. So we'll get straight into it. I might just have a couple of piles, so I'll have a 10 and a 9 pile. Hopefully there's a few 10s in there. I didn't get any notification of any upgrade, extra fees or anything like that, so I'm not holding out hope for too much, but we'll see how we go. So the first, I'm not even going to, I'll cover up a little bit, but I'm not even going to go through too much of what I expect because like many of you, I am not an expert at grading and picking cards for grading. So this is pretty much my first attempt at really trying to nut it out and only submit cards worth grading and getting 10s or 9s, obviously. So we'll get straight into it. So Charizard EX from 151 special illustration. Oh, okay. So that's not a bad start. Obviously, modern cards are a lot easier to get good grades for. But yeah, very happy with that. That's a great card. It's only going to do really well in the future. So super happy with that. Getting a 10 off the bat. Can't complain about that. My previous submissions were a lot of vintage cards, and they're not always sort of run-of-the-mill vintage cards either, so they always do get sort of a bit banged up. So I had varying degrees of sort of success in the past. Don't know if I saw that. So yeah, hence I didn't get great grades last time around, but let's hope we get some good grades today. 10, obviously something with a 10 is not a bad one. All right, so again, we've got the same card, and what did we get this time? A 9. Okay, so one of each. So I've got a 50% strike rate. Still super happy with the 9. I don't know if you can. I can't even really pick out any real. A little bit of whitening down here. Definitely some whitening down there. So that's probably the difference between the two, because the surfaces would have been, they're all both pack fresh pulled by myself. So that would have been the difference. Yeah, that white speck there, I would say. Difference between a 10 and a 9. Alright, so we'll go again. Try and do a better job at hiding it. There we go. Alright, so this is the equivalent of Brilliant Stars Charizard. This is Starbirth. I really, really like this artwork on this. You got your Venusaur in there. Alright, so here we go. And from my limited experience, generally sort of Japanese cards are of higher quality, and you do tend to get better grades from Japanese ones. So hopefully, if I've done my due diligence and I've picked a good card, I've got a 10. Oh, yes, another 10. So yeah, I feel like I'm getting a bit of a grasp on picking the cards worth grading. Obviously, with the modern ones, it definitely helps because they are generally sort of pack fresh and they haven't been kicking around for a long time, like your vintage, but still, it's not easy. But yeah, super, super happy. I really love that illustration. It's another 10 there. We'll go again. So we'll cover that up. All right, so we've got Pikachu with the grey felt hat. Obviously, you probably know, or most of you know, the history of this card. It went absolutely bananas when it was released. Cooled down a hell of a lot, but now of recent times it seems to be picking up again. So with no holo and all that, it does make it a little bit, not harder, but a bit different to grade it than others. But yeah, we'll see how we go. So we got a 9 for that one. Yeah, still very happy with that. It's a great card, and realistically probably one for my personal collection, as will a lot of these cards sort of be. So personal collection, I'm super happy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see anything wrong with it, to be honest. Maybe the bordering, a little bit of whitening there, but generally pretty good. So a 9, super happy with that. It goes in the 9 pile. I'll go with the next one. All right, so we've got another one from 151. So this is the Blastoise and the Japanese variation. As you can see, I'm not covering it up too well because I can sort of see the gem mint, but it still could be a 9 or a 10. So we'll just so again, Japanese, good quality, 10. Beautiful. So yeah, your gem mints obviously with the 10, and the mints are the 9. So yeah, very happy with that. I'll try and do a better job of covering it up so we can. Okay, that's a bit better. All right, so we've got Charizard VMAX from Champion's Path. Look, I don't know how I feel about this card, to be honest. Like, I know it's a chase card of the set, but it's definitely not one of my favoured Charizard cards. All right, we'll see how we go. A 9. All right, so it's still pretty good. Can't complain about that. See if we can see anything on the back. No, nothing sort of stands out, to be honest. Might be a surface issue or something like that. It's the only thing I do sort of miss with PSA is obviously this upgrade, so you can really see where things have gone well or gone not so well. Right, so we'll go again. Okay, so this is one of my favourite sort of promo cards. So this is Pikachu, and it's got a famous sort of Japanese artwork that it's sort of tagged on, and this come with a Japanese stamp or Japanese post stamp box, and this is the promo card out of it. I do have a 9 of these already, so I'm hoping that I've picked this one well enough to be graded, and hopefully it gets a 10. We'll see. Yes. All right. Yeah, really happy with that. This is a great card, and I think it's going to do extremely well in the future. Already, obviously, he's very desired already, but I think in the future, it's going to be up there with sort of your Munch promos and things like that, as will the Van Gogh Pikachu. So yeah, really happy with that. As you can see, it all looks pretty good. Yeah, that's great. All right. So we've got 4 10s and 3 9s. So we're doing pretty well at the moment. All right, so we've got a modern, modern Giratina V-Star from Crown Zenith. My son actually pulled this card, and I had to convince him to part ways with it. I did have to pay him, he's not that silly, but yeah, he did part ways, and I'm hoping that for his and my sake, that it is a 10. Yeah, all right, that's great. He'll be super wrapped with that. He'll definitely be taking credit for it, so and I'll give him the credit for it. That's a great card. I think Crown Zenith, massively undervalued set, and I think it's going to have its time, but it'll just be a little time to come. Same with Brilliant Stars. I think undervalued, but it will come around. That's a great card to have in the collection as a 10. All right, so we've got the other variation. So this is from Brilliant Stars. again, the same artwork as a Starbirth, obviously the English version. So we might get a direct comparison to English versus Japanese. We'll see how we go. 9. All right, so that might just be a very good example, before I drop it and break it, a very good example of the difference between Japanese and English. But yeah, nothing really sort of stands out in that, besides my attempt to just break it. But yeah, I think that's a great card, and yeah, obviously that'll be one for my personal collection. Go again. All right, so we've got 151 Japanese. These 151 Japanese ones are actually pretty dear to my heart and my son's as well, because a recent trip to Tokyo, when I remember being in the hotel room and cracking 151 packs every night, and this was one of those. So let's see how we go. Beautiful. Yeah, so a 10 again just speaks volumes to the Japanese quality. I do love this card. It's got the 3 legendary birds. There's not much you can sort of say about this. It's in negative light. I think it's a great card. Very happy with that. And yeah, obviously there's that sentimental value as well, where we pulled it ourselves in our first Japan trip, which was great. This one, so this is Crown Zenith. I remember pulling this. I don't know if I definitely pulled this card. It's not like a massive chase card or anything like that, but I really like the artwork. I think it probably will do really well in the future. These ones with Pikachu and all the other characters really do seem to do well, so I thought it was worth a shot. All right, we'll see how we go. A 9, that's pretty good. Seeing if there's anything that jumps out the back. No, maybe a bit top heavy. If you look at the top and the bottom, that could be one of the issues. But yeah, super happy with that. Got a few more to go. All right, so okay. So this is one of my bigger hitters. So we've got the Charizard from Hidden Fates. I do love this card. I just love the colouring of it. I think it's a great card. Yeah, Hidden Fates was one of my first sets getting back into the hobby after being a childhood hobby, and then letting it go whilst I was an adult, and then getting back into it. And this was, obviously the big chase card in the set, but it's forever been, or since then, been one of my favourite cards. So I'd love for this to be a 10. I don't know if I would have been upcharged if this had been a 10, so we'll wait and see. Yeah, 9. All right, that's still really good. Happy with that. It's a great card. It'll look great being displayed. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame that it's not a 10, but I mean, yeah, that's a great card. Great card. Okay. Pikachu Sword and Shield. It's the figure collection. Yep, okay. So this is the figure collection promo. I think I got this one off eBay, so I don't know how we're going to go, but it looks good. I think it's going to, well, obviously it probably already is doing really well. Again, it's got all the different characters, starters for that generation. So let's see how we go. 8. Ooh, okay. That's the lowest out of this bunch. But, I mean, we've been very lucky and successful so far. So, see if anything jumps out the back. Not really. Yeah, definitely bottom heavy. So you're looking at that bottom heavy, probably right heavy as well. So that's probably where it's fallen down quite a bit. 2 to go. All right, so we've got Charizard V from Brilliant Stars. So you can tell I like the Brilliant Stars, and this artwork in particular I think is great. So I think we had a 9 before. Yeah, so we've got a 10 in the Starbirth. Yeah, and a 9 before. So it'd be great if this is a 10. Yes, all right, that's great. All right, so we've got one of each. Got one for the 9, got one for the 10. So yeah, really, really happy. And last one, so we will go. Okay, so this is probably my only vintage one out of the, well, vintage-esque out of the submission. And this was just a Vaporeon Jungle non-holo, just first edition. I thought, yeah, it'd be nice to just chuck that in a slab being a first edition and seeing how we go. So it'd be interesting to see how we go with vintage versus modern. 9. Yeah, well, so that's really good for a vintage card. Yeah, super happy with that. Yeah, it'd be nice just to add to the collection. There are a few white specks in the corners and up here as well. So a 9. So all up, we have 2, 4, 6, 7 10s. We have 2, 4, 6, 7 9s and 1 8. So 7, 7, and 1. So out of 15 slabs, I'm really happy with that. The submission process, I did use a third-party company to submit them. They made it super easy. Just filled out the details for each of the cards. Simply just dropped them off. They sent it through for grading and kept me sort of up to date with the whole grading process when it was due back. So probably turnaround was about 2.5 months, which is great compared to what it was not so long ago, where you were waiting up to a year and more sometimes. So yeah, really happy with the process, really happy with the results. If you enjoy this video, hopefully I can put a few more forward, because I've got some other submissions coming through shortly as well. Thanks very much for tuning in, and yeah, hope to see you again. Thanks.